We begin tonight with the shock to Colts Nation, the NFL, and all of Central Indiana. Jim Irsay, the longtime owner of the Indianapolis Colts and fierce advocate for the Circle City, has died. His daughter Kaylin posting this final picture of Mr. Irsay earlier this month. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bob Donaldson.
And I'm Chelsea Helms. Jim Irsay was 65 years old. The team broke the news over social media today, saying the Colts owner died peacefully in his sleep. A statement released tonight did not give a cause of death, but it read in part, Jim's dedication and passion for the Indianapolis Colts, in addition to his generosity, commitment to the community, and most importantly, his love for his family, were unsurpassed. We last spoke to Irsay at training camp last year after he had leg surgery to help improve his mobility. Here's what he had to say.
I'm feeling great, just trying to get this left leg stronger, which it will, and it's just great to be out here, so excited for the season.
We have complete coverage of the unexpected death of the Colts owner. We'll hear from fans and former players coming up for you in just a moment.
But first, CBS 4's Chris Woodlick begins our coverage with a look back at Jim Irsay's legacy.
How y'all doing?
Colts owner and CEO Jim Irsay spent most of his life in football, Colts football. His father Bob bought the Baltimore team in 1972 when Jim was just 12 years old.
That was fun.
And his love affair with the game and the team began. Jim often talked about hanging around the Colts players at training camps, riding the team bus. But it wasn't until after he graduated from college at SMU that he took a job with the team, learning every facet of the Colts operation. When his father moved the team from Baltimore to Indianapolis in the middle of the night in 1984, Jim was named general manager, the youngest to ever hold that job at age 24. And just over a decade later, after his father suffered a stroke, he took control of the team in 1995 and became the youngest owner in the NFL 2 years later at the age of 37. And Irsay's first major order of business? Hiring Bill Polian as president and general manager.
Each year, just because you're going to make changes, it doesn't mean that people are available. This opportunity was there, and I'm very excited about 98 and also having the #1 pick and being able to look at a new head coach. It's going to be an exciting year for us.
And it proved to be just that. The fate of Irsay's franchise completely changing when Peyton Manning was drafted.
It continues a trend of the new Colts about what we want to be about, and it's been a whirlwind, year or so with transition. But we put some great things in place from a foundational standpoint.
Manning's success put Irsay's team at the forefront of a long-time basketball-only state, and the team became among the best in the NFL. And as the Colts' profile grew, so did Jim's philanthropy in and around Indianapolis. He often donated to local causes and people in need, and when his team reached the pinnacle, Super Bowl 41 in South Florida, he paid for every franchise employee and their families to make the trip to Miami to see the Colts bring home the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
I love the way that the Colts have won the World Championship with class and grace, and it's all for you guys.
Irsay sent the Lombardi Trophy on a tour of the state so fans could get up close and personal with it. He created a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a Super Bowl ring, raising thousands more for charity. But Irsay's love of football could only be matched by his passion for music. His collection of rare guitars and historical documents is priceless. Irsay also always believed in loyalty, maybe to a fault, sometimes keeping players longer than he should. But the toughest departure came when he had to say goodbye to the man who helped build Lucas Oil Stadium and make the Colts the envy of the league.
Growing up together in the organization, when a 37-year-old owner met a 22-year-old player coming out of Tennessee, and the dreams that we had and experienced are just, beyond my imagination.
On March 16, 2014, Irsay was arrested under suspicion of DUI and drug possession in Carmel. His daughter Carly took over the day-to-day operations of the Colts when he was in rehab. 6 months later, after pleading guilty to OWI and being sentenced to 1 year of probation, Irsay was suspended by the NFL for 6 games and fined $500,000. And on May 5, 2018, he purchased an original printing of the 1939 book Alcoholics Anonymous by the co-founder of AA for $2.4 million at auction. Irsay groomed his daughters Carly, Casey, and Kaylin to keep the team in the family and in the Circle City.
We're blessed to have so many people that care so much about and how much it means to have that pride, to do well and to deliver. And we never take that for granted. It's a privilege. It really is. It's a privilege.
Colts legend Peyton Manning was one of the first to post a tribute to Jim Irsay. Manning posted this image on Instagram saying he's heartbroken, adding Irsay was a generous and passionate owner. Peyton Manning going on to write, "I will always be indebted to him for giving me my start in the NFL." Irsay, of course, drafted Peyton back in 1998. They won that Super Bowl together in 2007. Jim Irsay is credited as the man who kept the Colts in Indianapolis and turned this into a football city.
CBS 4's Chris Widlick joins us in studio to continue our coverage. Chris, it's hard to really quantify what Jim Irsay meant to Indianapolis.
Yeah, he meant so much to so many. Jim Irsay was a complicated and compassionate man who helped make Indianapolis a successful professional sports town. Under his leadership, the Colts won 10 division titles and reached 2 Super Bowls. A man deeply committed to Indianapolis and his franchise. And that's what CBS 4 Colts insider Mike Chappell thinks folks should remember him by. A giving man who wanted his Colts to be a pillar of the community.
What people need to remember aren't the flaws in the man, and he had some, the addictions that he did, and he was very open about it. But there's never been a more generous, giving, loyal steward of a team, or let's say a company. He started from the bottom, working his way up when they were in Baltimore, did all the small jobs and worked his way up. So he knew he was very much a player's guy. He just was. And I think if you talk to most players, they would agree that he was something special, and he will not be forgotten.
Yeah, generous, giving, loving. I think those are so appropriate for Jim Irsay.
Well, there are so many things that Jim Irsay did for people in this community that we don't know about. He was that generous.
He really was. A good example, one of our co-workers lost his wife, a sudden shock. He gave a lot of money to keep that family afloat. The man is absolutely remarkable, and barely knew the man.
Very philanthropic, not only to just regular, viewers that we have out there, but to so many people in the community, whether it be at food banks, whether it be having the Colts go to those Tuesday events where they volunteered for these different nonprofits. They just did so much.
The mental health issues, the kicking the stigma, animal rights. I mean, he stood up for so many.
He certainly did.
Fantastic guy.
Well, Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson already paying tribute with this collage on Instagram. You can see Richardson and Irsay together celebrating what looks like a memorable moment. He wrote on one of those pictures, "Wow, rest easy, big guy."